From the signalsaz.com studio, it's the best, worst podcast you've ever heard. And now, the Ronnie and Bo Show, brought to you by Prescott Tire Pros and Automotive Service and Prescott Realty.
This or that, Bo? Which one?
What?
What?
What or who?
No, this or that.
When or where?
No.
Huh?
No.
This or that?
This or that.
Okay. So what are my options then?
Well, this is one of your options, or that is one of your options.
Oh, well, in that case, now that you explained it to me, I would like this or that.
Okay. For 1,000, Alex.
Yes, please.
Yeah. It's the Ronnie and Bo Show.
Hey, good to see you, Ronnie.
Yeah, it's neither this or that, or it's both this and that.
Yeah.
Our show.
Okay. Yeah. Something like that.
I don't know. We'll figure out what that means here
You
shortly.
know, this is really magical, and I know it sounds like two guys going, "Gosh, you look great today, Ronnie."
Right.
Gosh, you look good, Bo. I mean, it really sounds like that, right?
Yeah.
But man, I mean, can you feel it? I mean, I don't mean to be strange.
No.
But we have insecurities, and we're talking, and how was your day?
Yes.
And then we turn the microphone on.
And
we
here we
just
go.
enjoy ourselves.
Yeah,
I mean,
it does.
You can really see the change and feel the change, can't you?
Yep.
I can.
When you ride a roller coaster, you get buckled in at the beginning.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I don't know if this is going to be very fun. They ratchet that lap thing down way too tight.
Yeah.
And then you start clicking up the incline, click, 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 and you're, I don't like this at all.
It's
This
not
is
fun
not
at all.
good.
You regret.
That's the way it feels when we first sit down.
That's right.
And figure out what we're doing.
Yep.
And then the same way it feels on a roller coaster, as soon as you reach the crest and hear it, oh man,
The freedom and the wind.
yeah,
it's
this
a lot
is the
of fun.
best thing ever. Yeah, so yes.
Well, it's the Ronnie and Bo Show, brought to you by Prescott Realty. PrescottRealty.com, 928-499-8700. If you have any questions about real estate, there's just one company to call, and that's Prescott Realty.
Yeah.
Some fine agents who specialize in many aspects of real estate, right? Lorinda Johnson, John Rocha.
Yep. Kylie Elliott
is a new first-time home buyer.
Yep. Richard Hanna handles custom lots. He knows every single lot in Williamson Valley in particular.
Yeah.
They're helpful.
They're great to have on your side. They've been serving the greater Prescott area since 1991. Reach out to them with any real estate questions, 928-499-8700.
And also Prescott Tire Pros and Automotive Service.
These guys are great.
Yep, Louis Gomez and his entire team over there are just a pleasure to work with. They don't take advantage of you. They give you good deals, whether you're looking for tires or you need some body work on your car or engine work or an oil change.
An oil change. It's that
from
easy.
Big to small. That's a one-stop shop for you.
They're at 1635 West Iron Springs Road. Their phone number is 776-0205. That's area code 928. And you can also find them on the internet at PrescottTirePros.com. Can I tell a quick story about them?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm allowed to tell this story, but Troy is a great guy over there. Troy is just fantastic, and he's a good guy. I bought a car at an auction.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize when I bought the car. This is not the story I'm going to tell, by the way, because I can never get to the point.
Right.
But I bought this truck at an auction, and I went down and picked it up, and I realized it didn't have a spare tire. So I got sort of, I just didn't do a thorough once over.
No, I get that.
So I said, well, I don't really need one, but when you need one, right?
Yeah.
And so I was just telling the guys down there, and Troy said, I got an extra one in my back of my truck bed.
Oh.
Why don't you just take it? I said, well, what do you mean, just take it? He said, just take it.
Oh.
And then bring it back. And so I drove that truck around, and I eventually resold it.
Yeah.
And I sold it to some guy, and I said, that's my spare tire. And I took it back.
Oh, that's great.
He let me borrow a spare tire for 5 or 6 months while I'm driving. It's a personal touch.
You don't get that in a giant box store or whatever.
But here's a story I wanted to share with you. There's another guy down there, Tim. Tim is just fantastic.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to describe it because, you have different, the 80s, the 90s, different generations.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain this, but I'm trying to be as succinct as I can.
Yeah.
So Tim is one of those guys that wears his hair very, very short.
Yeah.
Probably uses a buzzer and just does that for ease.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. That, and it's just stubble on his head.
Yeah.
And he's always like that.
Yeah.
And I come in about 3 weeks ago, and I look at him. I said, "Hey Tim, I know where he sits, right there in the front." And I said to myself, "God, he's lost a lot of weight." Or is it a beard? I can't tell what it is. What is it? And I'm looking at him. It is so noticeable.
Yeah.
And I finally said, "Hey, Tim, is there something different about you? I mean, are you wearing glasses? You
Yeah.
really look good, man.
Yeah.
Not that you haven't, but you
No,
really
right.
look good today."
Yep.
And I mean, it's noticeable. And he said, "Well, Louis, the owner,
Yeah.
Louis made me grow my hair out." And he's got about 9 inches of hair, or whatever a regular head of hair is, and it's just flowing and gorgeous and beautiful. And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, Louis, the owner, said,
Right.
Tim, you need to grow your hair out because when it's shaved down to the stubble, you just look meaner, and we need to be friendlier looking to our customers." And so he tried it. He said, "I'll try it." And then, anyways, now he's got stubble. So if you go in there and see Tim,
Yeah.
now you got a little inside story on the hair war
exactly. I'm going to go see.
going on at Prescott
go
Tire
see
Pros and
Tim.
Automotive Center.
And if I knew that growing hair really made you the nicest, you have to be the nicest human being that's ever lived.
No, it's not just growing hair. It's on top. It can't come out of your ears.
Now I get it, though. Now I know what it is about you that makes you feel so warm and
friendly.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. You could go.
Oh, I confuse that with warm and fuzzy.
There's a return. There's a point of diminishing returns.
Yeah,
right? I mean, if you grow your hair out, that's friendly.
Right.
And then if you grow it all over your face and out of your ears and out of your nostrils and around your neck, then it goes back to not being friendly. It's just scary.
You got to find your place on the pendulum. Yeah,
that's great.
Oh gosh. Well, we've got a good buzzword.
Oh,
today.
a buzzword.
So we need.
Let's do it.
Brought to you by signalsaz.com. Today's buzzword is Sorceress.
No, you're not putting the emphasis on the
Sorceress?
right syllable.
Okay, here. The buzzword is
Sorceress.
Sorceress. The buzzword is. I'm going to do it again.
Sorceress.
Sorceress. That's our buzzword.
Does it sound like he's saying Sorceress? It is S-U-R. It's Sorceress.
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 Yep, that's it. That's our buzzword.
The buzzword.
Brought to you by signalsaz.com. We'll tell us the definition, and then we'll try to
we gotta work it in.
Work it into the end of this episode somewhere.
It means whispering, murmuring, or rustling.
What was the last word?
Rustling.
Rustling.
Yeah,
like leaves rustling, or like two kids wrestling.
Yeah, the example they have here is the susurrus of the stream.
Oh, the whispering sound of the stream, or the murmuring, or the.
Yeah,
I think that would be percolating of the stream.
Yeah,
so, they're using the wrong word in that case. And percolating is not our buzzword.
No. Susurrus. You kind of just have to be halfway drunk to be able to. Is that?
Yeah, that's right.
It is kind of a slurring. It's better if you have marbles in your mouth or something.
Sorceress. Do what? You wanted us to pass the cranberry sauce? No, Sorceress. Okay, Uncle's been drinking again.
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
You sound like Rip Torn.
Wait a minute.
We got to smack him with the cake and then.
That's a good Rip Torn right there. That really is. By the way, I almost took offense because a couple of episodes ago you said I look like Bruce Valanche, and now you're saying I sound like Rip Torn. All right, that's it. I'm taking the glasses off.
You still have the glasses. Well, you have these blue eyes anyway.
Yeah.
And then you're wearing these
aqua blue
frames glasses of
those
your
are those
wife's.
cheaters,
and
right?
Then, and then it just
those are the designer cheaters, the ones. I just like the ones at the 99-cent only store, but those always disappear on me.
Yeah. Well, you can afford it, so it works.
I guess.
All right, this or that, Bo.
This or that.
Yeah. So this would be a kind of a.
I plead Sorceress.
You're gonna be susurrusing. Can you turn that into a verb? Murmuring, rustling.
I like this or that.
Oh,
and that response was very susurrus.
Yeah, I enjoyed the susurrus of your tone there. Did you ever see
that sound is so susurrus?
Did you see Signs? That movie, the M. Night Shyamalan that did Sixth Sense, and then he did the movie called Signs.
I didn't see
Mel
it, but
Gibson
I know him.
and Joaquin Phoenix. Aliens
had something to do with a
cornfield.
Everything. Corn
and
maze.
that was the sound that the aliens made. Yeah, it was. Wait, I'm going to see if I can do it. It's kind of gross. He was out in the field at like dusk. I mean, creepy twilight, and creeping along, dropped the only flashlight he had, and he just pauses for a minute, and then he hears right behind him.
And those weren't locusts.
No. No. All right. So this or that.
By the way, let's make a mental note, or you can write it down if you want. Whether we do it this time or a different time.
Yeah.
I think, and by saying it, we're giving a warning. I think we should do a segment, a section of our podcast at one time, or maybe the whole podcast.
Yeah. Just
at this level right here. And then we'll just do the whole one. And then like 19 minutes into it, everyone's got their volume way up. And then well, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for listening.
That's true.
Just do 19 minutes of, today's buzzword is, and so it's the Ronnie and
Sorceress.
People are cranking up their radio and then just yell
at
hey!
Yeah.
I think we should do that one day. One day.
Okay, that sounds good.
Or did we just do it?
All right, well, maybe we did.
Okay, this or that.
We'll do it without warning. This or that, and I'm going to do this rapid fire. This is free association. This is Rorschach test, first
You're
impulse.
Making me anxious.
But they're easy because it's you're going to choose
this or that.
Your preference, and then you can fire.
But you know how I overanalyze everything. Are you sure we want to do this?
I do. I'm sure we'll get throughout 3 because you have a story about every single one of them.
All right, hold on. I got to put a blindfold on.
Okay. All right.
I don't want any distractions.
Okay. All right. Okay,
all right,
you got it on?
To go. Yeah,
all
I can't see through anything.
Okay. All right. Cookies or cake?
Cookies.
All right.
No overanalyzing there.
No. Cat or dog?
Dog.
Yeah. Computer games or video games?
Computer games.
Yeah. Which ones do you play? What do you play?
I don't know what it's called. I call it Castle Games on Facebook. It's Stormfall.
Okay.
It's where you get to throw those little fireballs.
Which is why,
that's one of the reasons.
we have so many listeners in Sweden.
So we talked about where our podcast has been heard.
Yeah, right.
Over the last
Kazakhstan made the list.
Yeah, we have some downloads in Sweden and stuff. And so what I did was I have an account where I just play Castle Games.
Yeah.
And so then I would just take our Ronnie and Bo thing and I would just just blatantly, because you have to be friends with all these Castle members to transfer ore and gold. Maybe that's a little too much.
No, yeah.
But and so then I just said, you know what, I'm going to take advantage of this whole situation. I'm just going to go listen to Ronnie and Bo's podcast tomorrow. We talked to so and so, and I how you put it on people's pages.
Yeah,
like not put their name on it or
right.
Not
you
tag them. I mean,
drop it
put
on their
page.
Yeah,
which is very rude to do.
No, yeah.
But you say and it goes on their page,
right?
And then all their friends are going to say it's like a bomb. I hate it when that happens. But anyways, and so I did that. And I said, well, these guys are in Europe. I don't know them. What, are they going to get mad at me? What are they going to do? I'm playing a castle game.
Well, that works.
And so I did that, and I got about 2 or 3 comments, a thumb, positive thumb, or I'll try to listen. And then
a Swedish thumb.
And about 3 days later, a guy says, English is not my first language, so I don't know why you're putting this on my page.
But did he say that in English?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
So he probably had to translate
because we're trying to help you out.
Yeah, we're trying to
teach Swedish
teach you English. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
So, anyways,
well, yeah, you can't do that with
huge
video games, but you can do on computer games. So that's good.
Right.
Pop music, rock music.
Boy, that's a tough one, and I have a music background.
Right.
It depends.
Yeah, it depends on the era, right?
Boy, yeah, that's tough. But pop. But I was going to say that. That's exactly right. But pop means today's era.
Popular.
I mean, you could. Are you talking about pop music from the 70s? That's
is
not
is
necessarily
that what it's
pop.
short for originally? Is popular?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But boy, I don't know. I would probably tend to go to popular, but there's a lot of popular music that I don't like
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's an interesting one. That's hard to. I mean, I didn't have trouble with cookies or cake.
Right.
Okay. Go ahead.
Stuffed animals or dolls, Bo?
Well, I'm going to have to lie on this one, I think. Stuffed animals.
Awesome. Okay, we've actually had this conversation. Text message or phone call?
Oh, we are. You and I are black and white.
We are.
What are other analogies can you say like that? Black and white,
up or down, inside or out.
Yeah, we are absolutely
Democrat
exact
or
opposites.
Republican.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I'm phone. But that
Well,
defines.
they're
but
both on the phone, Bo.
No, you said, what did you say?
Yeah.
Phone or
Do you
text?
want the call?
Yeah, the call.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You
want to
are
talk.
right there. Both. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to talk.
Okay.
And that's, I was thinking about that the other day.
Yeah.
Because Ronnie and if you don't mind me peeling back the curtain just a little bit, Ronnie is extremely busy, and I won't go as far to say that I won't put these words in his mouth.
Yeah.
That Ronnie is not interested in things that I send him or talk to him about. I won't say that, and I'm not making a joke. I just think he's very, very busy, and his time is very limited. But I was, and then that made me think, whoever invented the text,
Yeah.
I mean, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Because now you don't have to spend 15 minutes trying to get, I got to go. Well,
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Dinner's on the table. I got to go.
Yeah.
Someone's at the door. I got a
Yeah.
doorbell. I got to go.
Yeah.
For 20 minutes. It's like a text is, I'm not picking it up.
Right.
You can write me a paragraph like I write you.
Right.
At times.
Yeah.
And then I won't hear from you for days. But
Yeah.
the beauty about our relationship is, and he knows this, and he thinks I'm joking when I say this.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to sound like above you or anything, but whenever I say something, and he didn't know this at first, but whenever I say something, I have no meaning. So if I say, we should go do this thing, and we should do this thing, and da-da-da-da, and you and I could go do this thing, and then you don't respond, and then 3 days later you go, hey, man, sorry to get back to you. We didn't do that thing. I said, what thing? I mean, I just say it, and then I don't want any follow-through.
I'm
so
laying awake at night going, oh, man, I didn't
forgot
even
to
text
answer.
him back, and you've already
Hopefully
forgotten
you're
and
not.
moved on.
Yeah, hopefully you're not. But now I just gave you my secret. So what happens is when I text you, and
Yeah.
I've done that recently.
Yeah.
I text you. I go, I got this great idea. Then now okay,
Right.
10 minutes, he'll
Yeah.
forget that thing, so I don't need to text him back. I'm giving you a tip there. It's
Yeah.
true.
No,
it really
that
is.
works. Okay,
it
well,
really
that's
is.
helpful.
It's really strange that way.
That's helpful to know.
Yeah.
All right, summer or winter?
Ooh, that's a good one, isn't it? Hot
Yeah.
or cold, right?
Yeah, right.
And what's the saying? You got to go, oh, man, I don't know. You got to go summer until it's 110, right?
Yeah.
And then you go, why did I pick summer?
Yeah,
I would prefer
exactly.
winter.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's the old thing. You can take clothes off. I mean, I don't know.
Right,
What's better, to take clothes off and to be in your skivvies
And still not be
up
able
against
to-
a fan,
Right.
Or is it better to put 6 jackets on and still be cold?
Yeah,
That's a tough one.
I know. That's a rough
What
one.
do you like
The
on that?
older I'm getting, the less I can handle the heat.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's pretty cold where we're at.
It is.
Winter has come early where we're
Yeah.
at. And I got to tell you, I mean, it's 22, 26 degrees, and people listening to Minnesota are laughing at
Right.
us, or Sweden.
Yeah.
But, it's not fun walking to the car,
No.
let alone to the end of the block in
Right.
22-degree
Yeah,
weather.
that is
So,
true.
that would grow older
Yeah.
faster
Yeah.
to me.
Agreed. Okay. Book or movie?
Oh, man. Movie.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, I am so lazy. I can't read a book to save my life.
Paper or plastic, Bo?
Wow.
Oh.
I used to always
someone's calling.
Oh, wow.
Should I answer or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
But what if it's somebody I don't?
Just answer it.
Okay.
And we'll mute it real fast.
All right. Hello?
Hi, Pastor Ron.
Yeah.
Hey, it's next friend. How are you?
Oh, good. How are you? Are you doing all right?
So I have lowered the volume on the phone.
I can't hear you. No.
So you hung up?
You turned it down, so then I couldn't hear her. I just hung up.
Oh boy.
So-
Well, you went through a drop off point. You just tell her that you were driving in the car and
Right. Yeah.
and you hit a bad spot. No, I was turning it down on purpose on the board so we could give you privacy. And I didn't realize when I turned it
Well,
down.
then I couldn't hear it
you
anymore.
you
Yeah.
couldn't hear it. I
Okay.
didn't,
All right.
and then I was sort of sorceress the fact that I turned it down so that they could talk, not realizing
see, that was
that I turned her
nice.
volume down.
Well, I'm gonna have to call her back. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So paper or plastic? That's where we were.
Well, I don't know.
I know
man.
the audience was riveted.
I
right
like.
there.
I guess I finally got into plastic, but I was a paper fan before plastic came in. I
Yeah.
think paper was first.
Yeah.
But I can see the convenience with plastic. And you know what I hate? One of my pet peeves.
Yeah.
Is I go to the grocery store and I buy this stuff and they'll ask you.
Yeah.
They won't put the milk
Yep.
in a plastic bag.
Yep.
I need the milk in a bag.
Right.
I don't because it perspires.
Right.
I don't want it. I don't want it to. You set it in your car. I don't want the dirt and the carpet of the car to get on the side of. And they don't do that. They don't offer that. That's not a.
Well, and now I was just in California a couple of weekends ago, and they charge you.
Yeah. Well,
it doesn't matter where you are. You have to pay
right.
for. I mean, Target or grocery store or anywhere.
Well, they're trying to get rid of them, and so now they're going to tax you on it because of for the pollution and that kind of stuff, right?
Man. Yeah.
Killing the dolphins.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Boat or plane?
Oh boy, I don't know. That's good. My first reaction would be boat.
Okay,
because it's fun.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, those are sort of hard when you say boat or plane. You don't really
I prefer
talk about
boat. I really enjoy boats.
Unless you had to go to.
Yeah.
Unless you had to go to go to England.
Exactly.
So if you had to go to London, then it would take you weeks.
I have a friend named Steve who works in Cambodia.
Oh.
And he is back in the States right now for a little bit, and he got pulmonary embolism.
Oh, my.
And they got it under control, but, kind of like when you scuba dive and you come up too fast, and but then the opposite, if you get up in the atmosphere too high, like flying a plane, and you've got something, either heart or bubbles in there or whatever, then you're not supposed to fly either.
Blood clots or
pregnancy
or something.
Now they're wondering if he can even, not just for now, but ever fly. And how's he
going to get back to Cambodia?
Yep. He looked into taking a shipping container, one of those big, huge, like you can pay and hitch a ride.
But not in the shipping container.
Correct.
You mean the big freighter that takes the shipping container.
Right. But you can
as
just
opposed to a Princess Cruise or what?
Right, I guess.
I guess those are the only ones that go all the way around the world, right?
Right. Yeah. And so it takes 2.5 months.
Do you have to wash the deck?
I don't. I don't know
how you pay to get there.
I don't know.
I got to tell you, we had friends who came from. Well, they went to California, right?
Yeah.
And they were going on vacation. They were taking a cruise to Hawaii.
Yeah.
I've never taken a cruise. Have you ever been on a cruise?
I did one 3-day from like Long Beach to Catalina and Ensenada and back.
Well, how was that?
It was fine.
I've never been on one.
Yeah.
And I could think maybe I could go from San Diego down to Ensenada or something, and
that's the.
But I got to tell you, I think I would have anxiety and panic attacks if I'm going to Hawaii and the third day.
Yeah.
It's a 7-day cruise to Hawaii, and the third day I'm in the middle of nothing but water, and if I have a problem, I can't get off or get anything. I mean, maybe it's big enough to look like a building or a city, but I mean, if I'm in a little box, in the middle of water,
oh man,
it might be a little anxious.
Yeah, it's a interesting ball game, but yeah. So he looked into it 2.5 months to get from like L.A. or Long Beach or something all the way to Cambodia. In a shipping container.
Well, can't you? But
not in the box, but you're in the. Yeah.
I mean, you see those. Those. Couldn't you just get a catamaran and go around the world by yourself? You would get lost, and you would, your lips would be blistered and you'd be dehydrated. But don't you think a sailboat would get you there faster?
Well, you think of that, yeah.
How fast is that thing going? 6 miles an hour?
Yeah,
or
I don't know.
Nautical miles.
Yeah, I just picture Captain Phillips or something horrible.
Yeah.
That, pirates come and hijack you, and oh man,
that's crazy.
It sounds pretty. I watched a show on Netflix where a guy, it was something about kindness, and it was episodic, and the guy, he was independently wealthy, but he started in he was basically going to make a trek around the world with zero cash, only relying on the kindness of strangers. And
I think that was a flawed premise.
Yeah, so he's trying to hitchhike or take. He had this little scooter, even when he'd run out of gas.
So he and his cameraman, stepped out of their front door.
Yes,
locked the door behind him.
Yep,
got to the curb.
Exactly.
And the mailman hit him in the chest with a bunch of boxes.
Right. Yeah. Seriously.
There's your kindness.
Yeah. Seriously. But the cool part was, so he'd run out of gas in his little scooter or something, and he'd have to sit there at the gas station and walk up to people and go, "I'm sorry, I'm doing this thing," and he'd tell them, just I don't have any money. Would you pay for my gas? And sometimes he'd sit there 4 or 5 hours. But then the cool part was he would take, somebody would just really kill him with kindness and go, "Of course," and they'd let him spend the night in their house or in their barn or whatever. And then he would hear the story of their, we lost our 8-year-old son last year, And ever since then, we just figure we need to help people
Wow.
wherever we can. And then because he's loaded, then the next morning before he'd leave,
It's like undercover boss.
yeah, exactly. And he would say, "Oh, here's what we're going to do. This is the true story. I'm independently wealthy, and we've just paid off your house."
Wow.
Or the ones he found that were most generous, maybe not ironically, were homeless people.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
they
yeah,
were like, "Oh yeah, you can sleep over here with us, or you can have my blanket, or you can."
Wow.
And it was pretty cool. But he had to take a shipping container across. That was the only way he could find it to.
Wow.
And he just waited there on the docks, and eventually some captain let him stow away.
You know, you were in Long Beach, and there was a time when I was near downtown Los Angeles, and we would talk about. This was in the 80s, you know.
Yeah.
So, a few years after Roger Miller, King of the Road.
Yeah.
But we would talk a little bit. We never did it, but we would talk a little bit about hopping on a train.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of that?
Yeah, I
You
would
just go
like
down,
that.
but you could lose a leg or an arm or something, or get shot by the security guards. But,
actually hopping on. Like,
be the hobo.
Yeah.
No, just go down there and run and hop on it, and then you hopefully know it's going north or south.
Right.
And then, if you're 20 years old or 25 years old, you don't have any money, but you got a phone, hopefully you have some safety and safety nets and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And you just get on it, and when it stops, you get off, and then you obviously, get a car ride home or something, or an airplane ride home. But it's a real test, right?
Right.
Of patience and out on your own, that kind of stuff that not a lot of us have in our day-to-day lives, right?
Right. Yeah. Yep.
It's a type of freedom that's pretty interesting.
It is. Okay, last one, Bo.
Okay.
50s or 80s music?
Well, 50s, and I grew up in the 80s.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that question before we got together.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
I said, I have a real fondness of my. It's so funny. I have a real fondness of my. All the old guys look back, right?
Right.
At their year or their generation, and I said to myself, I was a high school student in '83.
Yeah.
I can even expound. President Reagan was there was a lot of whatever you want to say without getting political. It was a good time. I mean, we were coming out of recession, but there was a lot of. There was a good feeling, from I recall, a good feeling in the world in America at that time, and so I'm very fond of that. And then my next immediate thought was, but I don't care about the music. I wasn't listening to '80s music when I was living in the '80s. So, but no, I'm very fond of those times, and it's just great when you're a kid, right?
Yes. So, well, I prefer you over me.
What?
Yeah, I do. It's true.
All right, get under
Bo
here.
is better.
Get over here and get under. Get down there. You wanted me over you, right? That's that old country. Oh, I might get in trouble with this, but that's that old country song. How can I get over you when you're under me? No, that's not right. Something like that.
Oh,
never mind. Or the other way around.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. Yeah.
The Ronnie and Bo Show, brought to you by Prescott Realty. 2 offices to serve downtown Prescott and Williamson Valley, and they just do wonderful things. You need to call them and ask Lorinda Johnson a couple of questions. Maybe you want to know what your house is worth.
Yep.
That's a great question to ask a realtor. She'll have that information. They can find that out. Their phone number is 928-499-8700.
Yep, and you can check them out at PrescottRealty.com or email at info@PrescottRealty.com. We've also got Prescott Tire Pros and Automotive Service, and just go in. And like we've been saying, tell them Ronnie and Bo sent you. Maybe you're looking at some new tires, or what Bo's been proposing is you go in just for an oil change.
That's a small investment.
Right.
A toe in the water to see if you like them, see if they treat you right.
Right.
And give them a chance for them to earn your business.
That's it.
And it's good for the engine, too. Go in there and schedule an oil change by calling 776-0205 or go online and schedule at PrescottTirePros.com.
Thanks for listening to The Ronnie and Bo Show, available on your favorite podcast provider. Please connect with The Ronnie and Bo Show on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and RonnieandBoShow.com. Send comments to RonnieandBoShow@gmail.com. This is your announcer speaking. I'm Shotgun Tom Kelly.